Here we go, chat. How's everyone doing today? This is yours, Shirley. Welcome to the One L Real Talk Show. Today we having an amazing video here. This young lady put this masterpiece together. Shout out to her. And I've been saying this for the longest, guys. The way things are going on in America, it's not fair for a lot of us that work and save and pay taxes and do everything legit, right? We don't want to break the law. We don't want to deal with Uncle Sam. We don't want to deal with nobody. So we just work, pay our taxes, and try to buy our home for the first time, right? That was the goal for a lot of us, like 2 years ago, right? And what happened was that our political figures started taking out their dirty laundry in front of the world. Okay. Oh, but you were responsible for this. Oh, you allow these people to come in. Oh, you're giving these people free welfare, Uber rides, bus ride, five-star hotel. Meanwhile, a lot of our brothers and sisters in the military are homeless. People are working a 9 to 5 and they're living off check by check. And it's not fair. Okay. For we understand that in the whole world, you got rich people, you got medium people, you got hood people, and then you got homeless people, right? But the problem is in America, the ball has turned upside down. The normal people are becoming the poor people. The poor people are super homeless right now, right? The homeless, forget about it. We lost them. They don't want to get fixed. They don't want to go to rehab. And that's the problem. And what Nick Shirley did, so people got to understand this, right? Nick Shirley did not break the news, okay? This young kid's been speaking about this for months. I've been speaking about it in my main channel, the one YouTube took down 2 weeks ago. I've been speaking about this. How is it that you have a lady that snuck into this country, married 7 people, right? Men. On top of that, they whatchamacallit, she marries her brother when she gets caught, right? Marries her brother. And then, not only that, she comes out in camera and starts violating and disrespecting the American people, the culture, everything about America, calling us racist, all this stuff, right? Meanwhile, they were scamming us for billions of dollars every year. And you guys remember last year, the husband and wife that used to be with Tim Waltz's team, right? They were the first whistleblowers. What happened a week later? After they told the FBI, listen, you got to check Tim Waltz and these Somalians because something's off here. There's like billions of dollars that's not being registered that we don't know where it's coming from and where's it going. Boom. Husband and wife shot, killed in their own home. To this day, nobody knows who did the shooting. And then allegedly, one of the guys or one of the people responsible that was there for the shooting, whatever, said, yo, Tim Waltz told us to do this. That case stopped. Why? Because the Epstein story took over. We got to get rid of Trump. We got wars going on. All this crazy distraction started happening. Nick Shirley goes down there and starts investigating these places that still being funded. It's like, wait a minute, we broke the story. Everybody knows that 89% of this community, meaning that means almost everybody in that community, is scamming the American government. It's not racist. That's just saying the truth, guys. If I say, listen, in Minnesota, the Somalians, it's a problem. It's because 89 to 90% of the Somalian population in Minnesota are all part of the fraud. Nick Shirley goes down there and says, wait a minute. This daycare, saying is receiving a couple $1 million a year, but look at this place. It's run down. It looks like a homeless shelter. Nobody's here. I never see kids in and out, right? And what the left media started doing was they started attacking Nick Shirley. But in reality, the person that broke the news to the world was Elon Musk. Why? Because Elon Musk reposted that story. Elon Musk is the most powerful man on Twitter, meaning X, because he owns it. So that means he has the most follower than any celebrity. He has like fucking 300 million subscribers, loyal subscribers. So that's how the story blew up even bigger. Elon Musk reposted it. And then he said, the next tweet, he said, somebody in Minnesota needs to be arrested. Or, what was it? People need to be arrested. Something like that. And the story just poof, right? So now, listen to this young lady. And this is what I've been saying. But the way she's saying is a little bit better than the way I speak.
Talk about how the average American is starting to feel as major corruption is being exposed, especially now with the case in Minnesota and the daycare fraud. This is not just about money being stolen anymore. It's about a growing feeling that being a good citizen, being a hardworking person, paying your taxes may not be worth it. People are starting to feel stupid. They think, well, I'm here, I'm playing by the rules, I am working hard, I'm providing for my family, I'm doing the hard work, and I'm the idiot. You see the memes online and we laugh, like, oh, me on my way to work thinking that I should have just opened a daycare center in Minnesota and made millions. And again, it is funny, but it's also deeply sad.
Yes, it is. And what people got to understand, right? When we create these videos, like for instance, I'm going to say myself, I don't create videos to be the next Logan Paul or, if it happens, it happens. I'm here to share the truth, give my 2 cents, my opinion, just like everybody else. And like I always say, all my videos that I upload on YouTube or any other platform, I'm not here to bully or harass anyone. I don't have time for that. Because if I was in that time of bullying, harass, I'll be the most craziest streamer in the world. I'll be out there wilding out. See, if we had this opportunity when I was growing up, I would have been bigger than Mr. Beats. And not only me, the people that used to be around me. Okay? We were the problem childs of certain cities. We were the, oh my God, wish I could say it, but can't. Man, we would have been, there would have been no other streamer like me and my friends. Trust me when I tell you. It was like a movie. So you remember when Pop Smoke came out, Fabio Foreign, remember that word they used to say, movie, bow. That was us. Before the drills and all that. We were the ones always creating sound effects when we spoke. People be like, yo, that's, matter of fact, I don't want to think, but in our group, there's been 3 words that's been taken from our group that we created in our group, and hip hop took it and ran with it. Why? Because we have people in cahoots in the hip hop world. And I'll leave it with that. So imagine you working, paying your taxes, doing everything legit. And let's say you go and ask the bank for help or the government for help because you can't no more. And they tell you in your face, nope, we cannot help you. But meanwhile, the lady behind you came from Somalia yesterday, will get thousands of dollars in food stamp and cash benefit. They get free housing, okay? They don't pay no bills, no rent. They get free transportation from Uber or buses. Who wants to go back to their homes, their country, when America's giving you thousands of dollars in food stamp and cash every month? And not only that, now there's program that if you're a legal migrant, you would love to open a business, you can open a daycare, and we can give you $3-4 million every year. You see how this don't make sense? And Tim Waltz got to respond about this $50 million that appeared in 24 hours of him announcing that he was running to be the vice president of America. That's fishy. Where did the money come from, Tim?
Next thing is, why am I even doing this? And that's the part that no one wants to talk about, because this kind of feeling shapes culture.
Yes, it does.
I come from Brazil, as you know, and in Brazil we have this thing we call the Brazilian way, which is the idea that there's always a shortcut, there's always a loophole, a way to take advantage of a situation. And people think it comes out of nowhere. Oh, it's just the Brazilian way of living. No, this comes from years of Brazilian people being robbed and nothing being done with the thieves. So we now think that survival means cheating the system before it cheats you. Eventually, people stop believing that being honest is rewarded. When a society teaches its citizens that being honest makes you a loser, Oh, that's really dangerous. You don't just
That
lose
is.
money, you lose trust, you lose dignity, you lose the culture that holds it all together. And once that's gone, it's really hard to get back.
I haven't been to the grocery
It's
store
crazy,
in
chat.
months because
Shout out to
this
the
delivery
Cartier
service offers
family. Happy
hundreds
New
of
Year's, guys. I love
high-quality
you guys.
That was a great video. Very
makes
well
sense.
said.
So these brothers right here are there's one missing because there's 4 of them. I would love to see more black people act like these 4 brothers. I keep saying 4 because there's one missing. Because it's 4 of them. They're all related. They push God. They push family and work hard, right? And they push positivity. This is why every time I do a reaction on any of their videos, I always tell all my subscribers, go buy their merch, go subscribe to them. I love these brothers. These brothers are the ones that are changing the way I do videos now. I don't need to be swearing or acting a fool. And starting today, January 1st, all my reaction videos are going to be more professionally done, less swearing, less anger, and try to break the story down so people can understand me better. Simple as that.
Very well said. I mean, she's 100%
And
right.
look at this other video.
That kind of sums up a lot. Just the black community. That sums up what's happening with the Somalians. Like if you speak against fraud or wrongdoing, if it's not done by white people, then you're a white supremacist.
You know, that in itself is ridiculous
wild.
because Tim Walz himself was like, yeah, there's fraud, but white men commit most fraud. Like, who gives
Yeah.
a shit?
That's not what we're talking
Like,
about.
why are you
right
moving
now.
the goalposts? Like, I hate when people move the goalposts to justify bad actions by saying, well, this group commits bad actions, but white people do it too. I don't give a shit. We're not talking about that. Like, we're talking about this specific instance. And it's like, it's just ridiculous because if they're not white.
And look what this idiot wrote here. Just in, lefties are now threatening Nick Shirley that he will be the next Kirk because he exposed fraud. They say you will be kicked. I feel bad for my family. We don't do anything wrong. Protect Nick. The left is a very violent group. So this is the other thing I don't get before I cut the video, chat. If we all know the left party, meaning the Democrat Party, are responsible for the assassination attempt on Donald Trump 3 times. Allegedly, they were part of Charlie Kirk assassination. So why is nobody being arrested? Why is the government still allowing the Democrat Party, meaning the left party, to receive all these grants? Why do we have people in Congress disrespecting and violating the American flag, the American country, the American culture? That's what I meant to say. And the American values. Why are these people still working? Let me know in the comments if I'm tripping, chat. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Nick Shirley, we got your back, brother.